You know that feeling when your toddler is having a complete meltdown because dinner's not ready yet? You've got exactly 12 minutes before bath time, and somehow there's already mashed banana on your work laptop? Caribbean mothers have this saying, hungry piknina of patience. A hungry child has no patience. And after talking to hundreds of working parents, I realized we're all fighting the same battle every single day. So today, I'm walking you through the 5 essential feeding strategies that transform mealtime chaos into manageable 15-minute victories without sacrificing nutrition or your sanity. These 5 proven strategies are the prep and freeze system that saves you from daily cooking marathons, the one-bowl wonder method that cuts cleanup time by 75%, the snack station setup that prevents constant kitchen raids, the daycare friendly lunch formula that actually gets eaten, and the mess-proof feeding zone that protects your floors and your patience. The first thing you should do is implement the prep and freeze system. Listen, I used to spend my entire Sunday cooking like I was feeding an army, thinking I was being productive. But by Wednesday, half the food would go bad, and I'd be ordering takeout anyway, feeling like a complete failure. Then I discovered research from the Journal of Nutrition Education that completely changed my approach. Parents who batch prep just twice a week actually save more time than those who do one massive weekly session. Here's what changed everything for me. Number 1, dedicate just 30 minutes after grocery shopping to wash and chop all your vegetables. I'm talking carrots, cucumbers, bell peppers. Everything goes into containers right away. But here's the key. Portion them into snack-sized bags immediately. When Tuesday hits and your toddler is screaming for food now, you grab a bag, not a knife. Number 2, cook your proteins in bulk, but freeze them in ice cube trays. I know it sounds crazy, but researchers found that portion-controlled freezing reduces meal prep time by 68% for working parents. Each cube is exactly 1 toddler serving. Chicken, ground beef, lentils, they all work. Pop out 2 cubes in the morning, and by dinner they're defrosted and ready to heat. The brilliant part? Your toddler gets variety without you cooking 7 different meals. Monday's chicken cube becomes quesadilla filling. Tuesday, it's mixed with pasta. Wednesday, it's in their rice. Same prep, different meals, 0 daily cooking stress. Next, you need to master the one-bowl wonder method. So last month, I was trying to juggle 3 different pots while my daughter hung on my leg crying, and I knocked over an entire container of sauce. It took me 20 minutes to clean up, time I didn't have. That's when I realized I was making feeding way too complicated. A fascinating study from Cornell University found that toddlers actually prefer meals where foods touch each other, completely opposite of what we've been told. Armed with this knowledge, I started putting everything in one bowl. Rice, vegetables, protein, all together. My daughter loved it, and suddenly I had 1 bowl to wash instead of 5. Here's the magic formula. Base plus protein plus vegetable plus sauce. The base could be pasta, rice, quinoa, even mashed potatoes. Your protein is those frozen cubes we talked about. Vegetables can be fresh, frozen, or leftover. The sauce ties it all together. Could be tomato sauce, hummus, even yogurt with herbs. But here's where it gets even better. Invest in suction bowls, the ones that stick to the table. Researchers at the University of Minnesota found that stable dishware reduces mealtime stress by 45% in households with toddlers. When that bowl can't fly across the room, you've already won half the battle. The third strategy is to create a revolutionary snack station. You know what I discovered? I was spending almost 2 hours a day just getting snacks. 2 hours! My son would ask for something. I'd go to the kitchen, prepare it, clean up, and 30 minutes later, We'd repeat the whole dance. I was basically a 24-hour snack concierge. Then I read about this concept in a parenting study from Australia, where parents who created accessible snack stations saw a 70% reduction in food-related interruptions. So I cleared out the bottom shelf of my fridge and a low cabinet. Everything at toddler height, everything grab and go. In the fridge, cut vegetables in containers, cheese cubes in small portions, yogurt tubes, hummus cups. In the cabinet, whole grain crackers in small containers, dried fruit in portion bags, nut-free granola bars. The rule is simple: one snack between meals, and they choose from the station. The first week, yes, my daughter ate 5 cheese sticks in one day. But you know what? She also learned to regulate herself. By week 2, she was making balanced choices, and I got 90 minutes of my day back. That's 10 hours a week I wasn't spending as a snack servant. Your fourth step is perfecting the daycare-friendly lunch formula. Let me tell you about my wake-up call. I spent 45 minutes one morning creating this Pinterest-worthy bento box lunch. Later, the daycare teacher gently told me my son ate exactly none of it and traded his sandwich for his friend's crackers. I wanted to cry. Here's what actually works, backed by research from childcare nutrition studies. Finger foods win every time. Think about it. Daycare is chaotic. There's limited time, and your child is distracted by friends. They need foods they can eat quickly with their hands. The formula that never fails. 1 protein stick, like string cheese or rolled turkey. 1 fruit that won't brown, grapes, melon cubes, or berries. 1 vegetable with dip, carrots with ranch, cucumbers with hummus. 1 substantial carb, mini muffin, crackers, or rice balls, and 1 small treat they love. Pack everything in a single compartment container. Those fancy bento boxes actually slow kids down. Now here's the game changer. Make 5 identical lunches on Sunday night. Same container, same foods, same arrangement. Research shows that children eat 40% more of familiar foods in unfamiliar settings. Your child knows exactly what to expect, eats faster, and you're not scrambling every morning. I saved the most powerful for last because this completely revolutionized our home. You need to create a mess-proof feeding zone. Last year, I calculated that I was spending 25 minutes after every meal cleaning. That's over an hour a day, just on post-meal cleanup. For a working parent, that's insane. Then I discovered this approach in a Swedish study about family mealtimes. They found that defined eating spaces reduced cleanup time by 80%. So I got strategic. First, I bought a waterproof mat. Not those cute fabric ones, but an actual waterproof splat mat that's 6 feet wide. It goes under the high chair and extends way beyond where you think food can travel. Because trust me, toddlers can launch peas with surprising velocity. Second, strip them down. I know it sounds extreme, but eating in just a diaper or underwear means no outfit changes, no stain treating, no extra laundry. Keep a pack of wipes right at the feeding zone. The Swedish researchers called this strategic undressing and found it saved parents 15 minutes per meal. Third, embrace the 1 cloth cleanup system. 1 microfiber cloth for the child, 1 for the chair, 1 for the floor. Spray bottle with water within reach. The entire cleanup takes less than 3 minutes when you're not chasing food across the entire kitchen. Here's what blew my mind. The same study found that children who ate in defined zones actually made less mess over time because they associated that space with eating, not playing. My daughter now automatically goes to her eating spot when she's hungry. It's like magic. I want to share something with you. There's this working mom in my community. She has 3 kids under 5 and works full-time from home. She told me she used to cry every evening because mealtimes felt impossible. She implemented just 3 of these strategies. the prep and freeze system, the snack station, and the mess-proof zone. Last week, she messaged me a photo of her family eating dinner at 5:30 p.m. Everyone calm, food actually being consumed. She had tears in her eyes, but this time they were happy tears. You see, we've been conditioned to think that good parents cook elaborate meals from scratch every day. But research from Harvard School of Public Health shows that children who eat simple, repeated meals actually develop healthier eating habits than those exposed to constant variety. You're not failing by simplifying. You're succeeding by being realistic. The truth is, your child doesn't need Instagram-worthy meals. They need consistency, nutrition, and a parent who isn't stressed out of their mind at dinner time. These strategies aren't about perfection. They're about survival and sanity. Every time you use that frozen protein cube instead of cooking from scratch, you're choosing to spend those saved minutes reading a bedtime story. Every mess you prevent is energy you can spend on actually enjoying your child instead of cleaning up after them. Working parents spend an average of just 37 minutes preparing and cleaning up meals. But that doesn't account for the mental load, the planning, the worrying, the guilt. These systems cut that mental load by 80%. Suddenly, feeding your child becomes just another manageable task, not a daily mountain to climb. Remember, you're not just feeding a child. You're teaching them that food doesn't have to be stressful, that meals can be simple and still nourishing, that taking care of ourselves includes being realistic about our time and energy. Your toddler won't remember whether their carrots were cut into stars or sticks. They'll remember whether mealtime was calm or chaotic. Start with just one strategy this week. I recommend the prep and freeze system because it has the biggest immediate impact. Next week, add another. Within a month, you'll have transformed your entire feeding routine. And those 15-minute meals? They'll become your new normal, leaving you time and energy for what really matters. Actually, being present with your child instead of constantly preparing food or cleaning up messes. Because here's what I know for sure. You're already doing an incredible job juggling work and parenting. These strategies just make that juggling act a little bit easier. And trust me, future you will thank present you for taking the time to set up these systems now. If you're ready to completely transform mealtimes in your home, I've created a step-by-step guide that walks you through setting up each of these systems, complete with shopping lists, container recommendations, and weekly meal rotation templates that require zero thinking. It's specifically designed for working parents who have approximately 0 extra minutes in their day. Check it out below, and let's make feeding time the least stressful part of your day.